Good afternoon and welcome to another landing page review. My name is Levi and today I am reviewing colors and fonts. And let's just jump right into this. So the thing I always try to ask myself when I come to a landing page is what does the page want me to do, right? If I'm building something. And then also when I'm trying to, kind of critique and figure out ways to improve a landing page, I'm trying to think of, okay, what is the goal that this page wants me to do? Does it want me to put in my email address? Does it want me to download something? Does it want me to, click somewhere? If the page is working, there's going to be some action that I should take, right? And, people call that a conversion. People call that I think conversion is typically the one, or some sort of event that should happen. I kind of call it turning the page, right? Because I always try to think of a landing page as telling a story. It's presenting a problem, and it's going to present this conflict, and then it's going to suggest a way that they are solving the problem, thus getting me to turn the page to go deeper into that solution. So when I come to this page, to colors and fonts here, I immediately see there's a lot of things I like about this page. First off, I think there's the design is appealing in that it's simple. There's not an overabundance of design going on here, but it's straightforward, simple, to the point. And it's, it's letting the colors be the focus, which I think is really, really good. The palettes here should be the focus, and it's not clashing with that by trying to add in a bunch of, kind of surrounding chrome to the design. Excuse me. So where I think this could be improved, is immediately, well, there's a couple things, because my attention, you have these really beautiful color palettes here, but my attention is drawn to this movement here. Motion, your eye is always captured by motion, so this is really catching my attention, as is this very high contrast featured on Product Hunt. So, and the problems that I'm seeing here is kind of maybe the hierarchy of actions that I'm being presented with. The first thing I kind of look at is this Jackal themes, and I'm not sure how it relates to this site at all. It kind of looks like an ad, but I'm not exactly sure. Then this as featured on Product Hunt, and then Find Your Palette, which I couldn't really get to work. So I wasn't sure how to use this, but it's very prominently featured. And then finally, we get down to the actual purpose, the actual explanation of the site. Color, styles, and font pairings for everyone. Colors and Fonts is a free project for color and typography inspiration with curated and trendy hand-picked styles. So that, I think, should be much more prominent, because it's really getting lost. It looks like maybe just a second part to this paragraph. At first, I was kind of confused because these are the same type styles. I thought these went together. You have the same, I thought, is this part of the same feature? Is this an ad? Whereas I do think what this site is needs a little bit more explanation. And I would focus a little bit on the problem that you're trying to solve for people, because color, styles, and font pairings for everyone. If you're saying for everyone, it's also, you can kind of say for no one at the same time. Because you're not building this for everyone. My kids don't need color, styles, and font pairings. They don't really care about that. My mother, my grandpa doesn't need color, styles, and font pairings. Most people don't care about color, styles, and font pairings. People who do are designer developers, right? They're the people who are going to come to this site and go, oh yeah, this is cool. Because I would use this site as I look at it, because I'm always looking for, when I'm putting together a design, I'll need to find, good layouts, maybe even if I'm doing an illustration, when I'm doing a drawing, I like to, go out to Dribble and try to find good color pairings and palettes that are interesting colors to put together for my own illustrations and things like that. So I think a site like this would be very useful to me. And so that's who I would make it very clear, I would make it very clear up front that this is color styles and font, this is color styles and font pairings for designers and developers, because you have the codes right here. I can start, I could have this tab open and really quickly grab these palettes as I'm building out layouts and experimenting with that kind of stuff. And I think because you don't have a sign up form, because you're not asking for a user registration or anything like that, I think that's the action that you want to drive people to. That's how people are going to turn the page, is if they start clicking on these color palettes and using them. So you want them to know what this is about and how to use it. So I would rework this section to have a lot more of an explanation and a lot more of a pitch to your audience, to who you think is best suited for this audience, that this is best suited for. One other tiny little thing that I would recommend here is this. As I was scrolling here, this really started to be a problem, where you have this kind of white space for a very long page with kind of a wasted white space over in the corner. What I would do here is, I'm just going to hack this real quick. This isn't going to look great. But I would make better use of this so that this was fixed. So maybe position sticky to get this right. Yeah. So that this style, and by removing this and putting a little bit more information in here, something along these lines, maybe build this out a little bit more, as to, giving a bit more of a pitch, as to why I should be, why this site is for me, what problem it's solving, and why I should be coming back here and continuing to use it. Right. And I think this is a great site. Overall though, I love the color palettes you have here. These are really cool. And, it's something that I would bookmark. I would say that I would like a stronger call to action, other than just clicking these, because I think it's highly likely that I would forget about this site, even though it is something that I really do like. And the fact that you have gradients and fonts here is also really cool. But I would love it if you just had a link to follow us on Twitter, or some way that I could, I don't use bookmarks. I don't think a lot of people use bookmarks anymore. Like us on Facebook, or enter in an email address or something, so to be notified when new palettes come out or something like that. Some way that I could sign up for this and stay in touch, I think would be a good way to have just some kind of call to action here. But really good job, really a lot of utility, a lot of usefulness right out of the gate. And I really love the color palettes, and I think I would encourage you to keep working on this, because I think this is a great idea for a site that could be very, very useful to someone like me and probably a lot of other people. So good work. If you would like me to review your landing page and just give my candid thoughts, I'd be happy to. Follow me on Twitter at Levi Nunick, and just send me a message, and I'll record a video and post it up there.